Hi, I'm Juice Ortiz, and welcome to Funding Juicy Solutions, where I talk about mortgage tips and strategies. In this episode, I want to talk about cost of credit. And when you hear cost of credit, I want you to remember that it's basically the less profit that a bank or a mortgage company makes on a particular loan means that they have to charge more in interest for that loan. So keep that in mind when I talk about cost of credit and when you're understanding why mortgage rates change the way they do. Check this out. I'm excited because I've been looking forward to doing this episode for quite some time. We're going to look at the cost of credit. So basically what it costs to lend money. So we're going to kind of take from the bank's perspective. So that way, as a consumer, we can kind of see and understand what's going on with interest rates and other stuff and why things cost money. Now, there's these things called basis points, and I'm not going to get too deep into it because we can really get into the matrix getting in here. But without getting too deep into the weeds, there are these things called basis points, and they will be at certain amounts. But when you hear the word par means 100. So if someone were to loan money at par, it would virtually be like a 0% interest rate. They're not going to make any money and they're not going to lose any money. Now, if the basis points are at 100 and they drop below 100 to say 98, and that bank or lender lends money out at 0%, then they are actually going to lose money on that loan. So let's talk this through a little bit, and again, I'm going to keep it as simple as possible. What I have here is access to the MBS highway. It doesn't set the interest rates, but for lack of a better term, it sees where the cost of credit is at. It recognizes the basis points throughout the day, and as you have 100 is a line right here. As it dips below that, it means it's going to cost a lender more money to lend money out. So they're going to have to increase their interest rates to make their profit. Now, as of like in 2020, as the basis points went up, that means the banks or the lenders were making more money on the loans. So they were able to lower their interest rates and still make the same amount of profit. So that's why interest rates went down, or that's also why interest rates have gone up, because the cost of lending that money goes up or down. Say for that day, the average interest rate was 5%, okay? And that puts them at 2 points over par. Well, if it drops a half a point, then they're going to have to increase their interest rate to 5.5% in order to make the profit that they need to make. A couple days before that, so on that particular day, the basis points actually went up a half a point. So if it continued in that trend moving forward, then the bank could essentially lower its interest rates in a couple weeks because the cost to loan that money, the basis points are going up, which means they're going to make more money on the loan. And since the basis points are going up, the bank's going to make more money on its loan. They can actually lower their interest rates. When the basis points go down, kind of like the profit, that's a good way to put it. The profit points are dropping as they have been, as you can see on this chart currently. As the profit points are dropping down, the banks have to raise the interest rates and able to stay in business and lend out money. And so that's kind of when you talk about cost of credit. Why do interest rates go up? Why are they going down? It's because the credit cost, the amount of cost it takes to lend out money so someone can buy a house, is either going up or down. And if the cost is going up, they're going to have to increase their interest rates. If the cost is going down, they're going to have to lower their interest rates. So therefore, let's say if the profit points or the basis points go up, it's actually, they're making more money, so it's a lower cost and they can lower the interest rates. And then vice versa for the other scenario. I hope that helps. It's just, again, it's just a brief touch on, again, the cost of credit and how mortgage rates are impacted as the year goes on or the months go on. I've done a video on historical interest rates and historical home prices. When you look at those charts on there and how the interest rates have moved, this is what's going on behind the scenes. And again, this is just a taste of what's going on. You can really dive into the weeds a lot deeper. You can go onto a whole floor with computers and screens and walk in, and it's like walking into the Matrix, and all of these numbers, and people are doing all sorts of things, and they're cutting apart loans or they're combining loans and doing all this funky stuff that gets so complicated. But to just give an idea, it costs money to lend money out, and that's what's going to increase your rates or lower your rates. I hope this is helpful or intriguing in some way. If you want some more information, definitely take a peek around the website. I've got some more blog posts and some helpful resources. And most importantly, whatever your situation, there's a juicy solution waiting for you. So give me a call, shoot me a text. I'd love to connect you with my team or talk with you in your situation to see how we can help. Have a great day.